And this is solution template. Why we are creating? Benefit of solution template. You are working in your company and you are trying some, like might be there is some processes there which your company can be used later on, your customer can be used later on, but you want to try separately in your tenant, and later on you can move it. There is no need to rebuild again in your system. You can move it directly from one to another. You can upload and download. You can download copy in your system, and you can, and directly you can upload into their system, in your client solution. So that is why we are using the solution template. Solution template is kind of a reusable component. You can reuse, and you can use it into different customers. That's the reason we are using the solution template. It can't be assembled. Only thing is that you can download it, you can upload into your solution. It can never be assembled. It cannot be deployed. That's the reason we are using the solution template. It's a reusable component where you can use at multiple, in your multiple clients. But there are also some many limitations are there. Deployment unit should be same. Your client solution or your solution template deployment unit should be same. If it is different, you can't use it. And name wise also, like you have created in your solution the bo name, that all that things. I'm just telling you, but nobody is using all that things, but just for your reference, if you want to know why this is the thing, why not this, so I'm just telling you why, what is the purpose of it. Nobody want to take a risk directly into the client tenant. And you can see third option, mcs, you can't see because I told you, for if you want mcs you need to take a,
Actually,
sap has to come
your,
into picture.
your system is not moving. I'm stuck. I think it got stuck. So,
No, no, I'm only at one page only, create solution.
okay.
I'm only just
Because
showing you
right
one
now,
page. And
what is visible is my solution TRNG reference only, that is visible now. Where 01, 02, 04, bonus C4C,
so you can see this option.
customer specific solution.
This solution template or this customer
So,
specific solution.
solution
Okay,
template is for like library functions, kind,
solution
which will be.
template. So we have created this, and I just done the copy paste. You can see there are some errors are showing. There are some errors in the red marks. There are some errors. So first of all, the steps. This is a import statement. This is a nothing but a library. This is a data type. Okay, id. You can't create these data types customizable. This is not customizable. You have to use the standard data types only. You can see business partner internal id, business transactional document id. Now you are not aware of how I can use it. You don't know how I can use which data type I need to use. Go to the
Yes.
repository explorer. We have the data type. You can see all the data types are here. If I'll just go here, business partner internal id, you can see there are many. So which one you have to use? If you are not sure, you click here, and you can see maximum length is 10, and you can see the namespace. This is the namespace. This is the name. This is the namespace. And you can see the namespace is common data types. And the first one, it has common GDT. There are two data types with the same name, but the namespace is difference. You got it? Now, system don't understand this business partner internal ID belongs to whom. Is it belongs to common GDT, or it belongs to, is it belongs to common data type, or it belongs to common GDT? Okay. So this how we are writing. We are not, we don't care about this particular thing. We are writing ap.common.gdt. So you can see I have written ap. This will automatically come, but always you have to write import statement. If I'm using currency code, let's suppose if I'm just telling you about the currency code, you can see this common data types, and another one is basis global, and other one is ap.common.gtt. Three namespaces, correct? So
Yes,
now
please.
which one I need to use? I will understand which one is suitable for my requirement. I will read the description, and based on that, what I will do, I'll write the import statement. What I have written, I'm just thinking this would be better. I'll just read it. I'll just see, okay, these all belongs to my, this all related to my project. This would be fine. I'll use this one, or I'll use this one. So which one would be better? You can just read it, or then you can use that. I'm using import basis dot global. This name only you have to write, not xi, from after xi.
Got it.
Basis dot global, and as basis any alias name. This is kind of a alias name. So you see, I'm using alias name. So this means this currency code belongs to this import, this library. So we are facing this issue whenever amount, date, these things are coming na. So that time only we are facing. So you should know how you have to use the alias. Either you write a full import statement like copy paste here, either you write it like this, or you can put any alias name and use that alias name here. So both is fine. Okay, that is one thing. So if you want to in your project, account id will always be a unique key. So whenever there is a unique key, you have to write alternative key. This is the way how you have to write it. If you have to make any field as an alternative key, you have to use as an alternative key like this. It's a primary key. And how you have to give the name, there is two ways. Either you can give the label like it's a contract, how it will display into the screen. So this is the way how you have to write it, label. Okay, this is the name which you can see into the screen, your UI. Or you can, if you are not writing, let's suppose if you forget to change it, you can directly change it into your UI also. It's not like that you have write it here and you can't change it later, you can change it later also. Or so it's up to you. Either you can add the labels here, or you can add the labels, change the labels into your UI also. I will show you there. So this is the way how you have to label. Now how you have to define a field element. Always start a field with the name element. This is a element name like account id. Backend you have created in your repository explorer, business object. Let's suppose opportunity is open. So this is my bo, business object opportunity. So same way, this is my BO, which name is the seminar management. In this, I have a field ID. Okay.
Okay.
So this name is ID. So this is element. So how we have write element ID. So this is same element ID. And what is the data type? You see this data type is business transactional document ID. But in my BO, I have used the data type as ID. Always remember, if you are using in your system, if you are using anything like account id, customer id, employee id, ticket id, whatever you are using, if anything is the standard you are using, try to use the same data type. If let's suppose
Ah,
here I am using the opportunity id, so you will not write it here opportunity id. You don't know what is the data type of it. You go to the opportunity bo, click on the id and see what is the data type here. You have to use the same data type here. Okay. If you will use the some different data type, then during copy or retrieving or pasting, like create, delete, or that time also you will face some issue. System will not allow you. Okay, the data type is different, because this also has some length. This maximum length is this. So these all things matter. So always try to use, if you are using something standard fields you are using, use the same data type. Name, element name, any is fine, but use the same data type. And here I'm using the account id, so I'm using the account data type. So you go to the customer bo, click the id and see what is the data type. You can use the same data type here. Next, if it is coming the description, any field where you have to write a description, your name, your text, your description, if anything you are using, we have a description data types. See, all during practice you will learn what all data types I need to use. We have many description fields. If I'll click here description, you will see there is a description. Usage category means unrestricted, means we can use it. If it is restricted, means you can't use it. You can see it is a text, and then later on you can see what is the length of it. You can read it. Okay, now if I'll just show you medium description, so it has short text and length is 80. If I'll use description only, so if you are not able to find out, we have just type language. So with that language, long name, long text, language independent text, so we all have all that data types. Just don't search, click, write it anything. You can scroll down, and with the description you find out if something you are able to find out. Slowly you will get an idea. Okay. See description, I can use the description. Then you can see if anything is the medium description, long description. And we are always using external extended one, where this extended is there. We are using extended text whenever we have to copy a field from some external system. That time we are using extended. See how you have to decide this, what data type you have to use. You always have to decide based on the length. So you should have an idea, like in this particular field what would be the value length. So then you can decide, okay, this would be better, which I can use. So always whenever you use check the length, maximum length. So till here might be you got an idea how I have defined.
yes, yes.
Now next step is that in a particular BO, you have to create an item. Like in our account, we have sales order tab, we have tickets tab, we have teams tab, we have another tabs also. That are not tabs. How these tabs are getting generated? These tabs are getting generated because we have an item inside it. I'll show you the customer BO. Now this is the customer BO. So whatever you will write here on the top, whatever you will write in this particular, in this bracket, everything inside this bracket you will see that comes under the root node. See, this is a root node. If I'll open, you see there are some actions. You will see on the screen also these actions, and inside it you can see all these associations, address and some and others are there, common. There are multiple associations. You can see this how they are interconnected. These all are associations. So this is nothing but your this node. So in the root, if I'll see internal ID, so this internal ID is on the root. Just remember, if you are trying to create any alternative thing, it will always be on the root, because account ID, when you open a customer, means account ID. One account ID has multiple things. One account ID can have multiple tickets. One account ID can have multiple contracts. One account ID can have multiple all that things. So account ID will always be on the root. Like if I create a sales order, so one sales order can have multiple deliveries, can have multiple invoices. So in that scenario, how you will do? You will create the sales order ID on the top on the root node, and the delivery or the invoice, for that we will create a item nodes. Item nodes means whenever we have 1 to n things.
Okay,
If you have
got it.
only one value, that will always be in the root node. This will represent means only one value. And if you have multiple values, means one contract can have multiple items, multiple item ID, multiple product. You have seen that in the product screen, you have multiple products. So everything, whatever you see in the table structure, no, in the table product, multiple products you can do. So that means it's an item. Okay. If you open a QC screen, if you open a account QC screen, you will see account ID, account name, all that things you have to type only once. There is no some option where you are adding the multiple account names or multiple account IDs. Correct? So this means
Uh-huh.
everything is on the root. Once you click on
Yes.
save and then you are opening it, you will see there are multiple involved parties. Means one account belongs to the multiple involved parties.